How has LG Seeds changed in the past 20 years?
Well, we had the luxury of having some really good people here. I had some good mentors. Ron Econon and Schisler, both Bob and Gene Schisler, the two brothers, were instrumental in forming a good, solid foundation for seed production. As I think back, some of our first French general managers had quite an impact on our business here. So, through the Schisler family, a family-run business, through the French influence, I'll call it, and then finally Ag-Reliant Genetics, starting in 2000, there's been quite a transition of change as far as management and management style.
Bill, what would you?
This location has expanded greatly from when we started. When I started with Schisler Seed Company, everything was on the other side of the creek, we call it. And we had a small bagging area, very little warehouse. All we had was the Quonsets for dryers. So in 1989, when Lemur Grain purchased Schisler Seed Company, their first expansion was about $5 million. And that's where this side of the creek really started, and we've been growing ever since. I think the business itself is going to change quite a bit, especially with all the technology. All the information that's out there, once they gather that and it becomes useful in different areas, things will just, I could just see them really blowing up and really getting big.
Well, obviously the first thing that pops out to you is the growth that LG Seeds has had. When we first started in 1994, we had all the brands that were from Biotechnica plus Schisler, and as regional sales managers we had meetings once a month in each one of the different what we called service centers at the time. So we traveled once a month and had our meetings. It was a lot of fun and created a lot of camaraderie amongst our people. We had all those seed companies put together, and believe me, that wasn't easy to do, but we had a core group of individuals that were true believers, and they were determined to make LG Seeds what it is today, and to make them all believers in LG Seeds. The way we did that, we kept everybody's brand exactly what it was in their bag, but when we brought out new hybrids, we put them in the LG bag. And that's how we kind of got things rolling towards everything being LG.
When I first started, it was Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, and Wisconsin are the only regions that we had. And now we've got, I handle western Nebraska, Colorado, got a dealer in Wyoming, eastern Kansas, got a couple dealers in New Mexico. I ship to Texas. So it's really expanded a lot.
Judy and I were here in this office, and I did all the bookings for the Schisler Seed Company, and Judy did all the accounting. So it was on a very small basis. You got to know the farmers on a personal basis. And then after that, as the company grew and they bought more companies, then they divided. We became more CSRs, we had more regions, and each CSR had their own region. And that way it was more personalized with the RMs of your region you were dealing with, and also they got to know you on a much better basis.
Well, for sure, the number of hybrids that are offered, the number of, technology didn't exist, of all the trading and all that behind the hybrids. It used to be there was a mainstream of maybe 10 hybrids, and now I think there's well over 200 available. So genetics is certainly spread out, and there's a lot more variety in the genetics.
Why did you choose LG Seeds?
Well, we've come a long way since we started. We have one of the best products on the market. When I started selling seed, I think it was like $50 some a bag, and it's went up a lot, but everything has. But the quality of the product has gone way up. I mean, boy, if you got, well, for example, when I was a kid, if you got 80 bushel corn per acre, that was good. And now it's common to get 200. And we have the technology and the expertise behind creating a product that is more or less immune to a lot of the factors that limit the yield.
Oh, just the relationships that you build with people. I mean, we got friends that we started in back there when we started in '83 that are still really good friends. We've done a lot of family things together with them, and it's relationships with the people within is just extremely important to me. Product performance has been good. Like I say, you have the trust. I think it all comes with the relationship. Everything comes back to the relationships that you have, and the product performance has been good.
Oh, the people are definitely, we met some of the best people in the world, and they've had lots of good fun with them, and then also the customers. It's rewarding to know that we help them out, and that's been the good part.
Well, obviously the growth has been is very rewarding, but I would say the relationships that I've been able to make with my customers, with our own people here, and that's a real feeling of pride.
I think the most rewarding part has been the people that I've worked with. And I mentioned some of the early people. Ron Econaw was a great mentor as far as agronomic knowledge, and all the way through when I worked more directly with the LG Seeds brand. I've got a lot of fond memories of working with like Judy and Linda especially. You put those two gals in a room and you got a party. So a lot of fond memories with the people, and I think that's really the basis for our business is interaction with the people not only we work with, but our customers.
The people I've met all across the board and worked with, from the managers to the RMs to the customers.
Probably the most rewarding part is just the fact that I always felt I was accepted by the group. I always felt I was a part of the group. Never had the feeling that you were working with a lot of type A individuals, my way or the highway type thing. Most everybody was open to change, open to ideas, and so forth. Not very comfortable place to work.
I think meeting all the different people in the different parts of the country, and also my Agora trip that was unbelievable, and I just felt so honored going on it. Working with my RMs and getting to know them on a more personal basis, and working with the dealers. I know the dealers so well since I've been here,
I think the ways we've adapted in production to just the creation of AgReliant, to where we brought each brand's production under the same umbrella, and then utilize those efficiencies to continue to grow. The size of the facility here is quadrupled in those 15 years that I've been here, and I think we've all grown along the way with it. So,
to me personally, I think it's the people. Not only the people within the company itself. There have been a lot of good people affiliated with both companies, but my customers. I can't even venture a guess on my customer base. It is fairly substantial, and they put a lot of trust and a lot of faith in us because we have a good product behind us, and that's the most rewarding to me is the attitude the customers have towards us.